Okay, so I'm trying to. Ooh. Hello. Hi. Oh my goodness, I haven't been live in a while. Hi, my name is Osadebe Frances, fragrance consultant for my perfume shop Nigeria. I am the perfume madam, and today, so I want to talk to you about, or rather, I want us to discuss if anybody eventually comes on this live. Oh god. Okay, so since we've already started the live, welcome to the replay because you missed the first 2 minutes, 2 seconds of it, I think. So hi, my name is Osadebe Frances, fragrance consultant for my perfume shop Nigeria. I am the perfume madam, and so this is my IG live, and this is 5 reasons why you should use aromachemicals. So first of all, if you're a perfumer in Nigeria, big ups to you. You are doing great. You're doing amazing. I want you to know that you are doing really well, because the terrain has been really difficult in the past, with the economic, with a global economic stance, not just Nigeria, with the whole dollar increase, dollar rates, exchange rate generally, everything it's been really difficult. So if you're a perfumer in Nigeria, you're a perfumer in the world, I give it up to you. That's one. Secondly, why should you use aromachemicals? So what is aromachemicals? Let's even describe that first. Basically, there are natural aromachemicals. I didn't even know that because my whole mindset is, aromachemicals are generally just synthetics, right? But generally they're more referred to as synthetics, right? So isolates are also known as aromachemicals, and then there are synthetic aromachemicals. As far as I'm concerned, all of them are aromachemicals. They're not naturals, it's an aromachemical. So don't worry your pretty, newbie brain about this. Aromachemicals are simply synthetics. Let's leave it that way. Okay, so why should you use them? First of all, they're easier to get, so they are more stable. So the thing is, because you have aromachemicals are created in the lab, right? And your naturals are created by God, and they are, they go through different processes of extraction. Now, different batches will smell differently, but for aromachemicals, the same stability, the same way it was made in the lab, the same batch, and different batches will always smell the same. Even if there's a slight difference, it will not be as noticeable as that from naturals. All right, so they're more stable. It's easier to get the same it's easier for you to get the same smell of aromachemicals, of a particular aromachemical, than for you to get the same smell of a particular natural material. So it's easier for you to have the same smell in your production, not something different, because if you work with different batches of naturals, you're going to be working, your production is going to smell different at a point. That's one. Two, they are more affordable. So naturals are very expensive. They're like 10 times more expensive than synthetics, you understand? But synthetics are like very not all of them are very cheap, but compared to naturals, they are a lot cheaper. They're like 1/10 of the prices of naturals. So it's a lot easier to put in more money into synthetics and buy out a lot more than for you to put out money in naturals. You'll be buying a lot less. So let's take tobacco for example. If you're getting tobacco absolute, it's like pretty expensive. Okay, let's leave tobacco. Let's take rose for example. If you're getting rose absolute, my god, it's very expensive. I think the last time I tried to get was about 150 200 euros per 10 gram natural, without dilution, no dilution. But then if you're getting a made, what do you call it now, a synthetic version, it's not up to that. It's like 60 euros, 70 euros, I'm not sure now, but there are cheaper options. Everything is dependent on what you're creating and where you're going. So but the bottom line is, it is a lot cheaper. Then if you're going with if there are cheaper options, right, so it's left for you to now decide. But the bottom line is, the synthetics are like 1/10 the price of the naturals. They are way cheaper than the naturals. That is number. Sorry about that. So a call came in. So that is number 2. Number 3 would be that you have a wider palette. So by a wider palette, I mean that you have a wider range of ingredients. You have more ingredients. So you have, if you've gotten the ingredient ebook, that is the suggested raw materials for perfume creation, it's 2.5. If you want it, send me a message to get it. So if you've gotten that ebook, it has 700 ingredients that have been explained. Out of those 700 ingredients, at least about 500 of them, or about 570, about that, or 600 basically, are naturals, are synthetics. I mean, they are aromachemicals, and they have all been fully explained. Right now, if out of 700 ingredients, we have 550 or 600 ingredients that are aroma chemicals and have been explained, you should understand that you now have less naturals. So the problem is the naturals do not give you enough, like they're not all the smell that you want comes in nature. All right, so you have to create some of them in the lab and make them easier for you to have access to. So you have a lot more ingredients, a wider palette of ingredients for you to work with. There's so much more when you work with synthetics. But when you work with naturals, you're limited to specific ingredients, certain ingredients that only occur in nature and can only be extracted and can be extracted. All right, like fruits. A lot of fruits are actually synthetics because their water content makes it difficult to be extracted. So you have a lot of fruits coming in as synthetics made in the lab and all of that. So that's number 3. That's number 3. Yeah. Then number 4, availability. So because of the quantities that you would use worldwide, I mean, there are so many perfumers, there are so many people looking to create perfumes, there's so much quantity that even designer perfumes would need, right? There's so much quantity that designer perfumers, the big brands, would need even a lot more ingredients. And then the smaller ones like us would also need ingredients. So if you're working with naturals, there's a high probability that you might not get all the quantities that you need for the naturals. Right? There's a very, very great probability that you will not get. So let's say you've got it so big, you want to create let's say 100 liters. You may not get up to 10 liters of naturals, and even if you do you even know the cost? To be so expensive, how much will you sell it? In what economy will you sell it? Who will be your customers? So those are the things that you have to put into consideration before you say, okay, I want everything to be natural. Now, that doesn't mean that there are no natural perfumers or that you cannot use only natural products or natural ingredients to create your perfumes. You can, but consider the cost. My God, I don't even want to think about it. To be really, really, really expensive. So that's it. So you have, for synthetics, there's more availability. I mean, anytime you want, you always get whatever quantity you want, you always get. Because again, the thing with naturals is, I mean, it's God made, trees and all of that creates them. So if they don't grow out, or if they don't there's a limited quantity regardless of where you're even getting them from. And that with naturals, right, if you get them from different countries, they will smell differently. So it's important that if you're cultivating from a particular place, you will cultivate from a particular region. But if you decide that, okay, I want to bring from the one from Bulgaria, I want to bring from the one from, that's Bulgaria, I want to bring from the one from Turkey, it would also affect the way your perfume smells, because they will not smell the same. But for aroma chemicals, that availability is there. You have so much, whatever quantity you want, you would always get. So number five is the fact that aroma chemicals actually last longer in your perfumes. I know it sounds like, oh my God, wow. Yes, they do last longer, so they make your perfumes last a little longer. The naturals do not last as long as your aroma chemicals. So if you're using naturals, you run a high tendency of your perfumes not having very lasting power. All right. Now that doesn't mean you should not use naturals at all. Well, but that doesn't mean you should not use naturals. However, mostly I always tell my students, mostly it's a case of a bit of naturals and more aroma chemicals, so that you have, a certain, so that you have a certain degree of naturalness, because those naturals also bring, their own vibe, or what I call it, flavor or scent to your fragrance. But then the aroma chemicals sometimes may smell too chemicalized, or sometimes they have their own effects. They give you headaches and all of that. It's working with naturals kind of is calmer for me personally. But then again, when you work with the naturals, there are there's the cons to it, of which I have just listed. So it's best to just work with both of them: more naturals, less more synthetics, less natural. So these are the 5 reasons why you should use aroma chemicals for your production. Let me run through that again. Number 1, because it is stable, you are able to get the same quality or the same smell all the time, unlike naturals that the smell would keep changing with each batch and from different areas. 2, you have they are affordable. They are a lot more affordable than the naturals. 3, they are more available than the naturals. If you want 1 billion kg tons, whatever, you will get. But if you want that for naturals, it might not be available to you. Number 5, what was that? I said number 5. Honestly, I don't remember. Okay, so they are. I already said they are more stable. They are affordable. They are available. What else? I don't remember what number 4 is right now. But you can go back to the video and listen to it. Number 5, because they last longer. All right, okay, so number 4 is you have a wider range of ingredients to work with. So there's much more, there are a lot more ingredients, a lot more things to work with. And the last one is the fact that they make your perfumes last a lot longer than your naturals. So you may want to consider using aroma chemicals today for your perfume creations, for your diffuser creations, for your your skincare creations. A good combination of aroma chemicals and naturals. So that's all I for today. If you have questions, send me a message, send me a DM. If you would like to work with me, send me a message, right? Or send me a message, or send an email to the perfumebusinessacademy@gmail.com. And I look forward to working with you. Have a nice day. Bye.